Hi guys, back here with another video. This is a very special review of my latest belt, the official AEW World Championship Replica belt. This belt is absolutely amazing, one of the best replicas out on the market. A little bit of history about this belt. I got it from a belt group. It was already restoned and releathered, but the releather job wasn't really too good as the snaps were misaligned, so there was no way of snapping the belt together, and the stones were really bad. They were covered in glue. Some of them were falling off to the touch because there was no glue on them, so they literally fell off just by touching them. The gold plating was damaged during the restoning process, I believe. I'm not sure. So, long story short, I had to get this belt restoned. It's restoned by Rob Passmoor, Gorilla Gems in the UK. And it's re-leathered by Daniel Ripley from D-Rip Championship Belts. And it looks absolutely amazing. So without further ado, let's get into this review. I am recording this in 4K because I believe this belt deserves a 4K review. As you can see, crafted by Daniel Ripley. And this is a wider strap than most. I did choose to leave this part blank because for copyright reasons the AEW logo is not allowed. Only a few releather people can use the logo, I believe, but Daniel couldn't use it for copyright. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter because when it's folded like that or it's on display, you can't tell there's tooling on this part anyways, so it's not really a big deal. Nice beveling. There's something about this strap. It's wide and then it tapers down. So it starts out wide and then it gets thinner and thinner like a slope. So that's the unique thing about this strap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 2x8 snaps. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 2x8 again. Normally this would be 2x5, but it is a bit longer. Nice beveling, very smooth edges, some of the best I've seen. Backing, I will show you that in a minute. Just very nice leather. Very soft, very flexible, but strong enough to hold up the plates. And these plates are quite heavy. So let's get into the plates. Shell tooling, Midwest. This is made by Dave Milliken, so it is Midwest tooling. Nice beveling. And I like the way the cut of the leather matches up with the cut of the plates, especially on the center plate, very detailed. So the plates, these are 4mm on the base and then 2mm stack, and then 2mm stack again. The real one was 4mm, 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 and that made it very heavy. The story is, it was always supposed to be 2mm, 2mm, 2mm. No, sorry, 4 for the bottom, and then 2 and 2. But Dave Millican put 4mm on all of the plates. Instead of 4, 2, 2, he put 4, 4, 4. And that made the real belt very heavy. So Kenny Omega started using the replica. And to be honest, a lot of people didn't know he was using the replica because the replica was so good in quality. So you can see the stones. These are cubic zirconias and Swarovski crystals. I think the Swarovski crystals are on the outside, and then the big stones are the cubic zirconias, and they look absolutely amazing. I love the dual plating on this belt. The geometric filler is in gold, and then the bottom plate is silver, and it definitely has a very nice contrast. You can see there, and you can see how thick these plates are. And these plates are actually quite big. This is a very large belt. This plate is probably about 7 inches tall, and that's just the side plate. You can see the stack, and you can see the nice stone holder, very detailed stone holder. Very thick as well. I'm not too good with globes, so I'm not sure which country this is, but you can see the silver and the gold, and you can definitely see the contrast between the silver and gold. It's very well done. And this pattern around the globe, it reminds me of the pattern on the Raw and SmackDown penny tags. I think it's different, but it does look a bit similar. You can see how thick the globe is. 2mm. Personally, I think it's going to be weird saying this. I've actually had a bootleg version of this belt, and now that I've seen this, no overseas version can touch this belt. Maybe classic shields, but again, you're probably going to be paying double the price of this replica if you go with classic shields. So I'm not sure why anybody would do that. I'll zoom in on the stone holders, and you can definitely see the quality right there, and you can see the stone, very clear stones, very high quality, and you can see the silver, and you can see the stamping inside the globe. That's about 1mm deep stamping. Just a very detailed belt, one of the best I've seen. And it's even got a small pattern between the stones. If you guys can see. I love the stone holders. So there's 5 on the side plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 3 on the smaller side plates. AEW logo. You can even tell how stacked that AEW logo is. Just a very amazing belt. One of my favourites. Other side. Again, I'm trying to keep this review as short as possible because 4K upload can take a really long time. You can see the stone, And you can see the silver between the geometric filler. Just looks absolutely amazing. You can see the thickness of the AEW logo. Stone holders again. A different globe on this side. And another globe on this side. I was watching a review and somebody said that all these different globes make up the globe of the world. That's something I saw in a review on YouTube. Unfortunately, I can't remember whose video it was. Again, the very nice stone holder, nice deep gold. It's a bit of a deeper, darker gold instead of the more yellow gold on the WWE belts, and I think it really works. You can see the contrast. Now onto the main attraction, which is the main plate. And this thing is absolutely gorgeous. So 4mm. I am getting a custom nameplate that's coming soon. So this is 2mm. These are not real stacked plates, it's an imitation stack. So the plate is pushed out from the back to create the different layers. But it is one plate. Because if it was stacked, it would be really heavy. But if you didn't know that this was an imitation stack, you would probably think that there's about 20 different plates on this belt. But there's only one plate, and it's made to look like a lot of different plates. Even the stone holders, they are not relief pieces, they are part of the plate. And I love these little globes. Again, I am not good with globes. But you can see how detailed. These are really small and they're so detailed. And the geometric filler, I love this. This is my favourite feature on this whole belt. It just really, really works. I've heard people say this is one of the best replicas, and I have to agree with them. Unfortunately, I do not have the IWGP V4, nor do I intend on buying it, because one, it's about £2,000, and second, I don't watch New Japan, so I can't really see how good of quality that is. But some say that's the best quality, some say this is. One thing about this, it's more accurate in the art compared to the IWGP V4. And they actually used this on TV when Kenny Omega was champion. Again, this rolled banner is really nice. It's nickel. And then the gold letters. And the letters are etched, so they have a very specific design in them. And there's gold around the banner, so it stands out from this gold base. Very nice. And there you can see the stones. My favourite part is the triangle. It just really looks amazing. There's a lot of little stones in there. All these stones are drilled. I can't imagine the amount of time it must have taken to drill all these little stones. Must have taken ages. But you can see how clear those stones are. They're not cloudy or anything, they're just very clear. And again, the champion banner, very nice, has that etched letters to make like a floral pattern. This is one thing that bootmakers miss out on. is these parts. And the AEW logo, very thick, stacked, 2mm, 2mm again, and then 2mm. AEW. To be honest, I never realised or got the reason why they've got like a broken AEW. It's like paint splatter. To me, I think it would have looked good if it was just plain with no paint on these little scratch parts. But it has grown on me. Very classy design. Cody Rhodes said he wanted a classic design, and I believe, I can't remember which belt this is based on. But it is a more classic design, and you can see the gold geometric filler, and the geometric filler has about 1mm deep etching between it in the etched areas or the stamped areas. Just a very good belt. So what I'm going to do now, I'll show you again. No amount of video or photos are going to do this thing justice, but I will definitely try. I will show you the strap. Nice smooth leather backing. I just got this today. Today is the 2nd of December 2022. So this just came in a couple of hours ago. It's warming up because it was really cold, so the leather has stiffened up a bit, but it's pretty flexible. But again, you don't want it to be too flexible because it would start collapsing under its own weight. And when you got heavy plates, you want it to stand up by itself, like this. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put it around the waist, put it on the shoulder, and then give you guys my final thoughts. And that will be the end of this review. This is how it looks on the waist. Looks really good. It's got a nice curve to it. It's not a massive curve because this plate isn't too wide. It's more tall than it is wide, if that makes sense. And if you're wondering why this phone is so big, this is the Z4. This is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. That's why it looks like I'm holding a tablet. Very nice. The stones just look amazing. They honestly do. And the finish on this belt. So I will show you the belt on the shoulder. So that's the belt on the shoulder. It's a big belt. It's not as big as the big gold, but because the side plates are really big as well, it just makes it look a bit bigger than your normal belt, because these side plates are about 7 inches and about a good nearly 5 inches wide. Again, I'm 5'6", so that's how it looks on me. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing a hat, it's extremely cold in my area. It's about 2 degrees, and for the past couple of days I've been getting a really bad headache as soon as the cold hits me, so I'm just wearing a hat and that stops the headache or stops from happening. Let's see if I can show you guys how it looks. Zoom in a little bit. Again, it just looks incredible. It does have a curve, I will show you that. This is the curve. It's not a very deep curve. I can barely put my fingers in there, not even halfway. So the curve's not too big. But I imagine it would be difficult to curve something because it's got so much stacks. So it's quite a thick plate. And because it is pushed out from the back, if you curve it, it could crack. So I wouldn't recommend doing it. If it was a solid plate, then you could curve it. But because it's got a lot of different layers which are being pushed out, there's a lot of empty space. So if you do try and curve it, you could risk cracking it. And trust me, you do not want to crack a $800 belt. Side plates are flat. Maybe that gives you an idea of the stacked plates. Even the nameplate is about 4mm. Again, I am getting a custom nameplate. Okay guys, that's it for this review. Let's see if I can do that. Okay guys, that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Do I recommend this belt? Definitely yes. Unfortunately, it is very expensive. But if you're planning on buying a overseas version, what I recommend, save up a little bit more money and go for this version. You will not regret it. I wanted a TV accurate belt, which is why I got it releathered and I got it restoned, because I wanted it to be the closest to the real thing on TV. But if you do buy one, the stones on the replica are very, very good. A lot of people would say that this belt doesn't need a restone because the stones are really good. So you could save yourself $400 or $500 on a restone because the stones are really good already. All you do is get yourself a good releather and you've got a close to TV accurate belt. But if you do want to get a restoning, then I'm not gonna lie, the restoning definitely looks good. It makes it look like a completely different belt, but again you are looking at about $400 or $500 for a restone. It's personal preference. If you can afford it, then definitely get it. But if you want to save money, then the stock stones are very, very good, and just get yourself a good releather and you got a perfect belt. These are hard to come by. AEW only release them once a year. So if you're lucky and you're quick, then you might be able to order one as soon as they go on the AEW shop or on Pro Wrestling Tees. Unfortunately, they do not deliver to the UK. So either you get it delivered to somebody in the States and then they forward it to you. I used a company called ShipI2. ShipI2 give you a virtual address in the United States, so you get your belt or your parcel shipped to their warehouse and then they ship it to you after you pay the fees and everything. But if you're getting it shipped to the UK, you will get taxed maybe customs tax, goods and customs. I got hit with a £225 good and customs tax. That really hurt. Unfortunately, I put the value price at $1,000, and 25% of that is $225. So unfortunately, I made that mistake. But if you're lucky, you might not get hit with the customs tax. So guys, that's it for this review. I'm trying to keep it as short as possible because it is 4K and it's gonna take absolutely ages to upload. So if you guys enjoyed this review, give it a big thumbs up. Follow me on YouTube, like, comment, rate, subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you are always notified whenever I upload a new video. There will be high definition pictures of this on Facebook, on Beltmasters, Rep Hub, and a group called Belt Illuminati. So those are the 3 groups I belong to. So if you want to see detailed pictures of this belt, my one, they will be on those groups. So please stay tuned for those. And as always, thanks for watching.